as usual with David, you're going to laugh. You're going to laugh a lot, but you're also going to squirm a little bit too, because I think you might see yourself up there occasionally. I'm Andrew McFarlane, and I am playing Charles Mallory in David Williamson's The Social Ladder. So Charles Mallory is at the top of the pecking order of the social ladder. He doesn't have to do anything to justify being where he is. He's a very wealthy businessman. He has a vast art collection. He has a most beautiful home. He has harbour views. He has everything that anybody sensible would aspire to. He has a very loving and equally socially acceptable wife. And he basically doesn't have to work at all, but I think he would find anathema not earning money, just for the sake of earning money. The play is yet another of the amazing David Williamson's vast catalogue of extraordinary, funny, insightful and politically cutting plays over the decades that he's been writing, but this is the latest one. He's focused laser-sharp eyes on Sydney social climbing in all its hilarious and worst forms. He's just a great storyteller, David, and that's what we're seeing here.
Forget the Kardashians. Babe, you're going to have the best time here.
It's a story of two women who refuse to give in to anything. Two women who've had to fight for everything. They've both climbed to the top of the mountain. They've both reached the top. They've been swept off and now they're on their way back up again. But this time, they have to do it together. Good luck with that.
This play is basically a celebrity feud. Who doesn't love a celebrity feud? It is about the industry. It is about survival. It is about finding your place as an artist in a very commercially driven industry.
Audiences can expect a rare glimpse inside the minds of two of the most public people on earth. Like a backstage pass into the dressing room of two titans of the silver screen.
Two women, one legacy.
The goddess of grit meets the goddess of glam.
I'm Georgie Parker.
And I'm Mark Kilmurray.
And we're in 84 Charing Cross Road. 84 Charing Cross Road is about two people who write to each other over lots of years, and whether they meet or not. And Frank is very reserved Englishman, I'm playing, and Helena is
not a reserved Englishman.
American.
She's a New Yorker.
It's all about books and precious books. And it's also, of course, about communication, and a friendship develops and a love relationship develops.
Yeah, do you think would you say it's a love affair of a sort?
I think so, a love affair of the mind.
It's a beautiful story, and for some reason it's kind of bittersweet, but it is, you really want these two people to have... To meet, yeah.
And we've talked about doing it for about 150 years.
Yes, we have.
And so, while we still can
we're
move,
still alive.
It's be hard to do it when we're dead. So
yeah, I don't know about you. I reckon I could do it.
So that's why we're doing it.
Yeah. 84 Charing Cross Road is a transatlantic, heartwarming tale about
two people who love each other.
The play is funny, it's moving, and it's very human. So The Roommate is a very dark comedy. It does deal with loneliness and it deals with identity, but it's also about reinvention and possibility. The Roommate is about a woman called Sharon who lives in Iowa in a big old house by herself. She's recently divorced. Her only child has grown up and moved to New York. For the first time in her life, Sharon needs a roommate. So she reaches out for a roommate, and that roommate arrives in the form of Robin, a woman from New York who could not be more different. There's a cheekiness, there's a wit to the writing, and there's a real hope in the idea that possibility is never closed off to us. There's always room for kind of reinvention.
Some people would call this a gritty, raw sort of play with a bit of black humour. I don't know what they're talking about. Hello, Peter Carroll here, and I'm playing an old man in a wonderful play by Mary Rachel Brown, The Dapto Chaser, directed by Anna Houston. Errol, that is my name. I'm the patriarch of this family, and I wish people would remember that. Would love the family to really get on and solve things before I finally cark it. It's a very humorous tale, the tale of the man and his dog, and the greyhounds, as we know, are the most beautiful creatures in the world. Well, if you've a mind, I think you'd be mad not to see this play. It's a very good play. Who doesn't love a story about a dreadful old man and a very lovely dog? Stands to reason. It's a riot. Round and round the track. Wonderful.
The comedy in Top Silk is razor sharp, and evidently the verdict is never black and white. Top Silk is about Trevor, a prominent barrister, and his wife Jane, who are both equally facing their own dilemmas. Trevor has been offered a very lucrative but ethically perhaps immoral deal. Jane is a legal aid lawyer. She is ruled by, I think, her emotions and her ability to read people, much like her son Mark. When an old friend comes into the picture and needs her help, she very quickly realizes that he may not be guilty for what he's being charged for, and extends herself above and beyond. There's a lovely thread of humor throughout Top Silk. It's very much a dark comedy and very relatable in the way we interact with each other and then what that brings to the forefront. I think audiences should come to see Top Silk because, as is with the Williamson legacy, it's all about exploring the moral grey area and the psychological interplay between families and people and how that plays out. Top Silk is a fast-paced cross-examination of moral dilemmas, family dynamics, and the true cost of success.
You could say it's a climate-conscious roast in corporate attire. There's 3 women in an elevator. I mean, we come in at different times. We all work at the same company and at different levels. My character, Alison, is she works in the PR department. The company that these women work for is in the midst of a kind of PR meltdown, and they're trying to rebuild their image. a lot of stuff has gone down that Alison's had to deal with, so she's a little bit resentful towards Margot, who's the CEO, and she's come face to face with the CEO, who really is kind of to blame for everything that she's dealing with. So she's navigating that in a very small space. It's a whirlwind of laughs and truth bombs in a no-fluff office satire.
It's a little bit hard to talk about the review we're planning because it hasn't been written yet. The review is a look back on the year of 2026 and it just takes the piss out of the whole year.
This show sort of came about from the idea that Chris Taylor and I were very unemployed. And, we sort of thought, well, let's do a new show. Why don't we do another thing? And we thought, what are we reasonably good at? I mean, taking the mickey out of what's going on in the world.
It's a rare night where you go to a theatre and the show you're seeing was only written 2 weeks earlier.
Oh, this show has everything. It's got sketches, songs, monologues. In the monologues, I can't think of a single dramatic form that it doesn't contain.
We're bringing the present day world into a fresh, funny show for the theatre.
So we hope you come on the ride with us for a very deep, fearless look at year 2026. All the highs, all the lows, we'll be there to rip it apart for you.
A charming, witty little Christmas Eve play that begins as a play of hope and a Christmas Eve reunion, but it quickly turns into a sharp and witty discussion and confrontation about identity, politics, and family.
It's incredibly relatable. It's so applicable to every context, even if it's set in England. It does not feel like it's like, oh, that's just a them problem. You sit there watching it and go, I've been there, I'm gonna be there. Here we are together experiencing it.
I think that Snowflake is a beautiful, beautiful representation of how family dynamics really change as you age, and I think Christmas time is the perfect time to showcase that. Christmas as a child is probably fun and exciting and all about presents, but Snowflake really reflects that family relationships need some change over time. And I think that's a beautiful part of the play.
I think an incredibly real, personal, relatable story about what matters most to us, whether it's the morals we stand by, our political beliefs, or the relationships we hold, and how we can balance those things with each other. It's a festive showdown about generational differences and why it's never just pass the gravy.
Yeah, this Christmas, it's not just the turkey that's getting roasted.
In a few words, I would describe the show as a literal and metaphorical shipwreck. Hi, my name's Jamie Oxenbould, and I am going to be in A Midnight Murder on the Christmas Cruise of Death. The play is pretty much a sequel to Midnight Murder in Hamilton Hall, which was a couple of years ago. And it's the same group of players, the Midland Cove Players, an amateur theatre group who are putting on their most ambitious play yet. It's a murder set on a cruise, and it's happening at Christmas time, hence the title. It's kind of Titanic meets Fawlty Towers. All sorts of shenanigans happen. I don't know if I want to give too much away, but things do not go well. The character I play, or I inhabit, is Barney Simpson. He's an amateur actor who's been in the game for a long time, thinks he knows everything, and is the diva of the Midland Cove Players group. In a few words, I describe the play as Titanic energy on an amateur budget. side-splitting, hilarious, and the jokes per minute ratio, we like to keep at about 50 or 60 per minute.
Hi, my name's Daniel Mitchell, and this show, The Shadow of Fame, is about me. It's also about him, Warren. It's about families, expectations. Growing up, in my case, in a theatrical family where the old man was on the telly as that monstrous yet somehow adorable old buffoon Alf Garnett every week for the better part of 2 decades. It's about stumbling, searching for but not necessarily finding answers. It's not a success story, it's not a sob story, it is my story. Look, it's an original story. It's a unique story, and I suppose it's quite in-house. It's an actor, but I'm, again, not coming from a successful theatrical background, just a jobbing actor background. I talk about all the other kind of things that go on. My fabulous director, Paulina Kelly, thinks, and I'm inclined to agree, The Shadow of Fame is really a play masquerading as a retrospective in a cabaret slot. So, if you're at all curious, come along.